It's hard to understand the way that you went out. I bet you're living with a little hint of doubt. Maybe next time when you gotta show your hand, you won't cut and run, you'll finally make a stand. 'Cause I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. Existential questions always get you down. All you want to know is are we lost or found? Is there something that you feel you need to chase? I bet you thought you put me in my place. 'Cause I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. You can run, you can hide, but inside, I'm finally getting to you. Yes, it's true. I still love you, but I am getting to you.
Stand by to initiate release sequencer. On my mark. 5,
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2, 1. Come on.
Russell. Welcome back to the Resupply with me, guy next door.
Me, DK. Oh my god.
And me, fan.
Bring you your your first double tap of all things Space Marines and Laser Force for 2026. What's going on? Oh, showing up with them 63 months. Sucker Blueson. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Russell, the first word of the new year, starting off strong. Oh, he's giving us them prime subs. The boys did ask me before we went live. DK said, "Are you going to reward that behavior?" And I said, "Absolutely."
Yeah, I forgot who I was talking to.
Yeah,
I forgot who I was talking to.
give me that money. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new year with all new attitudes, optimism, general positive outlooks on life, all of that goodness that you've come to expect from us three at the Resupply.
You didn't put that in my contract. I'm not including it.
Yeah, no. I'm about to say, have you met any of us?
Yeah. Okay, you got me.
Well,
Got me there.
I think on the last show, I jokingly said that if 2025 were a drink, it would be colonoscopy prep. But so far, I think if 2026 were a drink, thus far, I think it's hemlock. So
Why? It's a bad shit. Oh, no, we're all positive.
In the words of Aristotle,
gestures
I drank
broadly at the world.
Things are sweet down here, kind of. We only got,
mild racism and just general fuckery. You guys have some hardcore shit going on. It's great.
Yeah, I would like to go back to only having mild racism. That would be great. At this
For a
point.
treat.
You'd kill for mild racism? Yeah, that's what I heard.
Don't clip that. Don't
Yeah.
clip that.
Yeah, don't, definitely don't.
Does that mean 2026 is your colonoscopy? Did that already. Hi everyone. It's nice to see you guys. We took some time off over the break. So you obviously haven't had our dulcet tones flooding your ear holes for a few weeks. So apologies for that. And it's going to be kind of, what did I join into? You said everyone who ever played Nats. We got a few shows over the next couple of weeks, but it's sort of, the summer gets a little bit kind of disjointed. So, you'll see us when you see us. We'll try and keep you in the loop, but whatevs. How are you, boys? It's nice to see you. Good.
Yeah, it's good to be seen. Today marks 4 weeks of being unemployed, and it's fucking spectacular.
Dude.
Apparently, not working really agrees with me. I'm just throwing that out there. Words are hard, which sucks when you're doing a talk show. Maybe I should learn how to talk and be professional or something. But no, like the net positive for my mental state between not having that goddamn 5:15 a.m. alarm 5 days a week and not having to deal with all the random work bullshit and burnout and whatnot. Oh my god. So I understand that stress is a hell of a drug. Like it's something that I think everybody knows. Stress negatively impacts you. I think everybody knows this. But because we very seldom ever get a chance to get into a state where we're not under some form of stress, you never really detox from it.
It's like that whole urban myth about the frog in the pot, where if you boil it slowly, it will just sit there. Which to clarify is not a real thing.
Oh, really?
But it makes for an effective metaphor. But no, that does not happen.
Fake.
Frogs are not that stupid.
Good to know. Good to know that only we humans are that stupid.
Yes, exactly.
But
they're smart enough to know to jump out of the pot.
Yeah. But yeah, so not having just not having the work stress for the last 4 weeks, I can literally feel my brain unfogging, which is the weirdest fucking sensation. I'm not going to say it's all the way unfogged. There's still definitely some things that are not fully back on track as it were. But oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
And again, it's something that I kind of figured was going to happen, and I knew things were affecting me. Even being in better frame of mind, just kind of in general over the last little bit for a variety of reasons. I still knew that the work stress was really impacting me, but I don't think I quite realized how much it was impacting me until suddenly I haven't had it for 4 weeks, and it's like, oh, this is kind of where my baseline is supposed to be, not where it was.
When you were during your career, if you were to take a period of time off, what do you think the longest kind of period of time off you took at your last job was?
2 weeks. 2 weeks was the maximum I ever took off. And
that's a normal thing, right, for normal adults?
Well, and that's
in dystopia America land, sure.
Well, but even then, being able to take 2 weeks was actually a luxury, because for all that Verizon had its flaws as a place to work for,
and
it did, Um, one of the things that they, didn't fuck up was in like the amount of like vacation time that we would get. Now, so like at the point that they laid me off, I essentially, combining buckets of time together, I had 7 paid weeks off a year, which is highly abnormal
Yeah, great for the States.
for anything in the States. So the fact that I had the ability to take 2 weeks off was a privilege. And Russ, like everything blowing up this week,
I thought about that too.
and me not having to deal with any of it was just
You sat at home with a cocktail, pulling the fingers.
I was like, weird how that happens. Like when you lay off like 20% of your workforce, suddenly just not as much shit gets done. Huh? Weird how that happens. Can't imagine.
Strange.
Oh, and of course, because so I've been texting with a few people, still unfortunately there and having to deal with all the things. It's like, so what actually happened? And so I've been getting stuff on background as to like what actually blew up.
He's getting drip-fed work
getting
drama.
Well, because again, you lay off 13,000 people with a significant number of them in your network team, and suddenly you have a network issue.
Was it hard to like move around your house with the amount of smog kind of fogging up the place?
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit. At the same time, like
delicious Schadenfreude.
At the same time, like I feel bad for my friends that are still there and are the ones that are actually having to deal with this.
Yeah.
Like I do have a lot of sympathy and empathy for them.
You're not a monster.
Generally.
It's like a different kind of survivor's guilt.
Yeah, a little bit. No, I mean, in all seriousness, yes.
Right.
But by that same token, like, the fuck off portion of my severance hit my checking account last week, and I'm like, yep,
sick,
nice. It's like, oh, I can budget for things now, and it could be now that I know how much in tax got hit from that, and let me tell you, it was significant. Just like overall sum, like things for me right now are pretty fucking good. Now ask me again March 1st when I start my job hunt, like how I'm feeling, but the reality is, like, my plan to take off until like the end of February from like anything work related, job hunt related, anything is seeming just like 100% the right call. So
yeah, I'm glad you're doing that for yourself.
Hell yeah. And take the time to reset before you get back on the wheel, or don't come out here, live in a van, sweet life.
I like my stuff too much. I can't live in a van.
Well,
can start his new YouTube channel, Fan in a Van.
Fan in a van, looking for a band. Set up an
Insta-fan
account.
Fuck off, Gray.
Oh yeah, oof.
Yeah, we already had the OnlyFans jokes back in the day. That's just a worse version of that one. So. Boo. That's it. You're banned.
Boo this band.
Only Maniac can bully us.
Yeah, because actually, he also gave us money. Just shower me with money, and
it's
just
fine.
Hurl the insults all you want. Did you have a nice break?
That's a different kind of candy.
Yeah, that's what I'm selling.
Never mind. Okay.
How was your break, TK? Do you feeling good? Feeling all right?
I've been better. As I was telling you guys earlier today, I wasn't sure if I was gonna make tonight because I woke up with just a awful headache. So, like, here's the thing. I don't want to label it as a migraine because there people who get migraines, they can like identify this is a migraine.
Yeah.
I've had some really bad headaches at certain times in my life that I'm like, is that a migraine? Because it feels different than just like a normal headache with like, light
Yeah.
sensitivity and that kind of thing. But I don't get them that often. So I'm just like, I don't want to be like appropriating migraine culture here by like labeling something as a migraine that maybe isn't. But in any case, like maybe it's not an official migraine. Maybe it's just a sparkling tension headache. But it's like not good either way. And
Yeah.
like I have this thing that's going on, and I'm realizing it now. Like looking at myself on camera, that like my left shoulder has been super bothering me like the last week or so.
Right.
Don't really know why. Maybe it's just a middle-aged thing. Maybe it's that I'm like leaning too hard to one side while I'm working, painting, doing something. Like, oh yeah, just you're using your body slightly wrong. And since you're 41 instead of 25, you're going to be punished and punished severely. So I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it is like speaking of bad effects of stress, if it's like back to work stress, that kind of thing. Because there's nonsense with that too. But whatever, it is what it is. But I figured it's better to hopefully get a little bit of social engagement, even if it is with our ridiculous community, than to just like sit around. So I mean, it still have like I'm not feeling super great, but hey, it's good to see you all.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have you here. Especially with that attitude. Wow. I hope everyone enjoyed your break. If you got one, if you didn't get one, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. We've got a bit of stuff happening this month. There's some events happening. It's going to be a busy kind of month or so for people in our community, and for our community as well. Last night we did a stream over on Blueson's channel. We did the wrap up of the 2025 Cannonball Fantasy Critic League.
Yep.
Unfortunately, our good friend Frosthammer, he lost that again. So his punishment is he has to do a calendar shoot.
Well, I mean, given how much he just absolutely fucking killed the stand-up set, like I'm expecting him to just like kill the calendar in the same way. Like it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Like
at some point, Frost, you either have to admit that one, maybe this isn't your game and you should stop participating in this, or two, you're actually looking for punishment and this is some kind of like maybe something you should work out in therapy. Like
column A, column B, I think. So far I'm the only unpunished player in our league. If I would say that makes me the ultimate champion in my eyes, probably the best at the game, because I haven't been punished yet. That's right, exactly right. And
or maybe you're playing on easy mode and you're not challenging yourself enough, and that's you're not enough of a glutton for punishment. You have the opposite problem as Frosty. So
spineless.
I'm just saying, you're all terrible and no one is good at anything.
We did also reveal what the punishment for this year's failure will be. The Broforce are going to do a boys weekend, and the loser times 7 now. I don't believe in that. No, I'm champion. The loser of the league this year will have to basically become the butler for the weekend. So they're not allowed to join in any of the activities. They are required to get food and beverages upon request. Stuff like, reading a bedtime story if required. Say one player wants to do a bunch of disc golf practice. Guess who's going to go get all the discs? We had the thought, like, if you go to like a theme park, usually you have to like park really far away. Well, guess who's getting dropped at the door, and then who has to go park the car? Guess who's waiting, not allowed to go on any of the rides? Guess who's holding all the bags for the day?
Hold on. I'm getting something. I'm I'm sorry, Steve. The United Nations Human Rights Council has told me that constitutes a what's the word they're using? War crime, and you're not allowed to do that. So that is by far much more than a calendar shooter 5 minutes of stand-up. That is an extremely cruel punishment.
Yeah.
And I can't say that I support this in any way because that's super fucked up.
Yeah. Now we did say we're not vindictive people. But
I beg to differ.
I'm sorry. Have you met you?
Well,
Have you met Gray?
Bro.
Have you met Frosty? Sin is about the only one that I don't think.
Interesting you say that.
Bone in his body.
Interesting you say that because he said, I've got a really sweet dog bed that the butler's going to be sleeping on for the entire weekend." Considering that all four of us have old man back, I thought that was pretty harsh until I found an Airbnb at a potential location that has bifold slat doors that seal off the laundry. So, that's potentially sleeping quarters. I mean, who knows? There's all sorts of things. Hey, Butler, we left something at the bottom of that bungee jump. We need you to go down and get it. Shit like that. There's a world of opportunities. 2027 punishment, waterboarding.
Opportunity.
It's just making me think about like the fact that when people talk about doing their fantasy Downton Abbey getaway or something like that, I'm like, my Downton Abbey fantasy is I rally all the servants to overthrow the aristocrats and put their heads on pikes. So just be careful that you don't push people a little too far there.
We're gonna have a cuck chair, and the cuck chair will be probably in the living room where the butler gets to watch us have a bunch of fun for the whole weekend. So.
I mean, that is the purpose of a cuck chair. So yeah that tracks. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. On our boys' weekend. Yeah. So that's the punishment for losing this year's league. And you're right. I think it's probably the worst punishment we've had so far. And so, and Gray had to get a tattoo. So it tells you the kind of level that we're at.
Yeah, I mean, Gray had to get a tattoo. I mean, Gray likes tattoos, so that's fine. Blue had to make a music video, and I mean, Blue likes making music videos, so that's fine.
It was a part-time job for him for 8 months.
To be fair, I do think he went a little extra on it. Like he didn't have to go as hard as he did. He chose to go as hard as he did. So that's his own goddamn fault.
If you're gonna do it right.
I mean, I'm saying all of you guys are a little bit masochistic.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, and then Frosty having to get up and do a comedy set like that one of those three up to that, like that was probably like the bar.
We were all shitting ourselves at the thought of having to do it.
Yeah, and then the calendar, in the grand scheme,
yeah.
But this one is deceptively fucked.
Yeah,
it's not deceptively fucked. It's very straightforwardly fucked.
We might call audibles throughout the weekend. Like if we get 2 hours in and we feel extremely guilty that one of our friends is sunk into a deep depression, then maybe we'll call audible, but probably not. One of the ideas that we had was depending on where we go, we're going to reach out to say a restaurant and see if they'd be okay with our butler being our server for the evening and basically doing all the things that a regular server would do, because in New Zealand servers don't work for tips, so it doesn't matter. When he's 70, he may not have to explain the comedy set. You'll be stuck explaining the okay.
Gray's gonna have to explain the tattoo at 70. Frosty won't have to explain the comedy set. Okay, fine. But still, like, you actually like tattoos. Frosty does not like getting up in front of people unless he's hiding behind his guitar. I said hiding in quotes.
Yeah. Although he's frontman now. He's on vocals these days, so that's it's an interesting dynamic for him.
Yeah, but is he still hiding behind his guitar at the same
I
time?
don't think so. No, they got a new guitarist. So I don't know. I can't remember the way that it's kind of unfolding, but we'll see. He's
That's what I'm
such
saying. So maybe he's been losing on purpose because he had to do the comedy set to make sure he could just build that confidence to be
Yeah.
the front man, and now he has it. So
yeah.
So basically,
set
I
him
guess
up.
that's just a way of saying whoever does this obviously has a butler fetish that they're using
Well,
this
it kind of was
competition
my
as an
idea.
excuse
So
for.
yeah, maybe. Just vocals. Yeah. Just vocals. He's too much of a good guitarist as well to like not play guitar ever, but yeah, just vocals. But yeah, so that's the punishment for this year's Cannonball. We'll keep you guys in the loop as to how it's going, and we will hopefully be in a position to either live stream the weekend or at least create content from it. So the cherry on top is that at the end of the weekend, the butler is responsible for creating a scrapbook or a photo book to commemorate the weekend. So yeah, friends.
Steve, have you ever heard of the Stanford prison experiment?
No, I haven't.
I want you to YouTube that after we finish the show, okay?
Professor DK is protesting. He does protest. I mean, to be fair, I think there's a bit of hope that I fail this year and that I'm
100%.
thrust into the butler role.
Correct. You haven't because you haven't lost yet. Yes, everybody is rooting for you to lose. Let's be very clear about this.
Our friend Grumbly did say that we should make the butler wear a toupee, assuming that it was going to be gray or frosty. And then I said, you know what? If that happens, maybe I shave my hair and then make my hair into a toupee one of them has to wear, because that would be kind of brilliant.
This is getting dangerous levels of meta at this point.
I want to see me being bossed around. Show me how you butler, you dirty boy. Steve as a merkin jerk. I don't think my beard really covers that much, to be fair. All right, let's move on, shall we? Because I'm feeling guilty.
Good, you should.
Yeah, right.
I just wouldn't do it. Even if I lost, I'd be like, no, I'm sorry, fuck you guys. You can say that I went back my word or whatever, but I'm not being your fucking servant for a weekend.
So
I'm just not doing it.
I mean, so if none of us were keen to do it, or at least open to doing it, then we wouldn't have agreed to the punishment, because we've had a couple that have been like, no, somebody might get fired if they have to do that.
You have to think about the risk reward ratio that's at stake here.
Exactly right. Exactly. All right. This coming week or the week after, Dan, what are you up to this month? What do you got on?
Oh, nothing major. Just a little vacation to New Zealand. Nothing,
just casually.
Nothing important. Just cash. Nothing major. I'm basically Tuesday. On the 20th, I get on planes to make my way to New Zealand for this will be the first time I'll have been on New Zealand soil since December of 2008.
That's wild.
Which is fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Fucking dumb.
That's real close to 20 years.
I am aware I can do math. Thank you.
That's more for me. Okay. Sorry, I was doing the math out loud. I'll show my working.
Yeah, no. For the amount of times that been to Australia, but between in that time frame, it unfortunately just never worked out time wise to be able to take an extra week or whatever and hop over to New Zealand as well. So this was literally one of the benefits of of the whole getting laid off. I think I mentioned this on one of our shows before, but whatever, different people listen to at different times. I basically made a concerted decision that I was going to take my vacation payout as part of the thing and do an actual vacation, and decided that the actual vacation, of course I should go to fucking New Zealand.
Of course.
Like, where the fuck else would I go? I mean, there are other answers to that question, I know, but like, really, I had again just over 17 years at this point, because of timing of when things are. I've got the time and the money to do it. I've got the friends to see. I've got the friends to stay with. I've all of these things just kind of lined up as like, and it was very much a thing of like, if I don't do this now, one, I'm gonna feel like the biggest piece of shit ever. But two, it's like, when am I necessarily going to have like this much time again to be able to just do it? Now, would I have liked to stay longer? Absolutely. Budget said, no, this is the amount of time that you can do it for. And so, fuck it. Get on a plane. We'll go to New Zealand. We'll do it. Yeah. I'm looking forward to playing in the Auckland Maze again. Looking forward to meeting the new owners. I'm also going to do a pinball tournament while I'm over there, because there happens to be one in line, with when I'm going to be there. And I like earning fake internet points for things while I'm in different places.
Yeah.
But like those are the only two things that are in my like hard to-do list. Like, there's a pinball tournament, there's a members night. Cool. Other than that, everything else is just very much, I'm just gonna go see my friends and do some hiking and see my friends and go to the beach and just enjoy not being in the States for a week.
Yeah. I think
So-
for that members night, I think we're at 21, I think. Lucy, 55 months. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're at 21 confirmed.
Nice.
Which is cool, because that gives us some options. There are a couple of players that are going to be there just to kind of have a couple of games and say hi, and then skedaddle.
That's fine.
So I had this thought that like if we got to 21, we could do it like a one night triple threat. But I think at the end of the day, people just kind of want to play Space Marines and catch up with you, and also Hoodlum, because Hoodlum's going to be here as well. So
Nice.
yeah.
I mean, and really, people are coming to see Hoodie more than seeing me, because Wayne is far cooler than I am, and that's fine.
Get
But
on
yeah,
board.
but yeah, like yeah, we don't need to do any type of like weird extra about it. Like, yeah, just be there, be social, play some games.
We had the conversation on members night this week. So we had still people away and working and stuff. So there's only like, I think at the end of it, we only had 5 of us there this week. But we gave us a kind of like, gave me an opportunity to have a sounding board, and we sort of talked about them. And I think Rodak asked the question, should I have a cake? Oh, we should have a cake. I think Rodak asked the question, what's the night for? What do you want out of the night? And I think ultimately the night is just about, playing a lot of Space Marines, but just playing Space Marines. Doesn't have to be anything more than that. Doesn't have to be, an event.
You're having a mega members night.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, and quite honestly, like yeah, I just want to be able to go and play and see my friends.
Yep.
And that's I don't want to have to be thinking about anything additional.
Yeah.
When I'm there.
Exactly. I think like my I got excited for it, and then I initially forgot, like, no, it doesn't have to be anything more. Like, just play. Just that's all it needs to be. Just playing laserforce with your friends.
Yeah.
They got a pinball machine in there now.
Oh?
Yeah.
What do they have?
They've got one. I can't remember. I meant to take a photo. It looks kind of like older as well, which is kind of cool. But I mean, I don't know.
Next time you're there, take a picture, send it to me.
Nah.
It'll be fine.
You'll see it. Having some fun and remembering how to play. Exactly. Tails will be joining us, I believe. He's one of those that might only come for a couple of games, but be cool to see him because I haven't seen him for a while. There are a lot of people coming out of the woodwork to say hi and have a catch up.
Nice.
Hopefully it rejuvenates a fire within some of those who haven't been for a while, but I doubt it. We might see those players once every 6 to 12 months, which is fine. It's all good. People make the effort when the effort is required, and I'm glad that people have made the effort for this one because it's gonna be rad. It's gonna be cool. Imagine having tag available and not playing. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be cool catching up. We got a disc golf tournament next weekend, which is gonna be great. That's we won't have a show next week. Should be back the following. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see you guys. And then, is it this month or is it next month?
For Loveland?
Yeah.
Loveland
next month.
And yeah, so Loveland is February something.
The 23rd through the 25th from
yeah.
on the calendar because it's the last week of February.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Wasn't Syracuse doing a thing?
Syracuse is my understanding is they want to put together some kind of social event maybe for April, and then obviously they're doing Nats in July.
Yeah, right on. Okay, so Loveland's the next shindig.
Yeah, and I actually I just bought my plane tickets for that this week.
Cool.
So I have a lot of travel in the next month. Obviously, I've got the trip to New Zealand, which is awesome, and then I'm also basically doing a short trip down to Sacramento like just before Loveland, because and I realized DK was very shocked to hear this when I told him initially. I do have friends that are not lasers related that I also want to see. I know. I can tell both of you are super fucking skeptical about that, but it's true.
I mean, I guess you technically used to live in this city, so
yeah,
it's possible you might have made some non-laser tag connections.
Yeah,
Doubt
maybe. Just maybe. Fuck off.
You say that, but is it just people who just used to play but don't anymore?
No, well, okay. So a couple of them are, but a few of the people that I'm seeing are definitely not laser tag related in any way or shape or form.
That sounds made up, but that's okay.
Hang on. Russ, your dumbass was in Portland last week and didn't fucking tell me. You are an asshole.
It's because you didn't verbally acknowledge him.
Yeah, Ray went to Portland and sent us proof with a fan selfie, and yet, yeah, you fell down on the job.
It was a work trip. See, liars, all of yous.
You still could have said that.
To be fair, Ray doesn't exactly live close to downtown Portland, so it would be a bit of a hike either way.
Do you know
who he is?
No, it's more the thing of like, I'm not that far from downtown Portland. I'm really not.
You live in the exurbs. Don't lie.
Those two things are not mutually exclusive. I am aware I live in the exurbs. I am aware that I am very close to like farm country, but I'm only like 25 minutes to downtown.
Are you basically in Vancouver?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the mooing in the background.
That's fair. That's entirely fair. But yeah, so I'll be in Sacramento from like the 17th to the 20th, and then I'm home for like a day and a half, and then I go to Denver.
So you better make time then, Russ. Jeez.
Don't tell them that you. Oh, it's too late. Did DK spread the Armageddon news at all? No,
I haven't mentioned it, but I was going to append that to Syracuse hosting Nats, is that Armageddon is going to be held right before Nats. I forget exactly what the dates are, but basically like
the week before, basically.
The end of the week before, because it's like a mostly over the weekend tournament.
Wasn't that already determined, or was that just a hey, we should do this? But now it's it's happening.
I mean, it's definitely 100% confirmed now. Like they've opened
Yeah,
the
okay.
registration site. I have been politely bullied into registering by Cody and Beans as they're putting their team together. So, but it should
Oh,
be
cool.
a good time, and it looks like there's going to be a pretty good number of LaserForce players. There's essentially going to be, it looks like, at least kind of 2 full, mostly LaserForce composed teams.
Yeah.
So that'll certainly be interesting in the Armageddon environment. I think it will definitely make some of the Force games more interesting as well.
100%.
I'm curious to see how the whole 8-on-8 format is gonna work. I don't know if like for the Force team versus Force team match, if we should have like a gentleman's agreement that okay, let's actually play international rules instead of like not playing by those, because that's not something to do.
That would be cool.
I don't know. It'd be interesting in any case. But I'm curious to see how it works. So I would say there's like 95% chance of me going. I just need to figure out a few things with my taxes and all that for this year. So
he said it again, Gray. He said the word. So does that mean you're going for the full 2 weeks? Like you're playing tag for 2 weeks?
Yeah, more or less. It'll probably be like close to 2 weeks by the time I tally up the time.
That's awesome. Well,
like
I think that's
days, something like that.
It's such a good idea, like to do that, to have Armageddon like before or after, like however you want to do it. I mean, I think
I gotta say it's much better odds if you do it before. Like
I think so.
It's a lot easier to get me beforehand versus like after Nats. Like you're gonna have a little bit of that hangover. I'm like, I kind of just want to go home. But it's like leading up to Nats, so playing some other laser tag games that, let's be real, I don't really care about that much most of the time. That it's just like, okay, but I'll kind of build up my enthusiasm for Nats, and hey, can at least treat those LaserForce games like this is some warm up for the tournament that's about to happen.
It allows you to get your eye in, right? Like,
well, especially for me, like half the battle is usually the first couple of days of a Nats. Like I feel like it kind of takes me a couple of days to maybe play off the rust and get really into the frame of mind and the like muscle memory that I want. So anything I can do to sort of shave time off of that, I think will only be a benefit.
100%. And then like in the thing this year that like they're basically doing most of the system. Most of the systems are being basically transplanted into Syracuse. So like Storm and Qzar would be being played in Syracuse, because
I think all but about 2 or 3 systems are going to be played in Syracuse in the Fun Warehouse even.
Yeah, nice. So the like I had a great time when I did it in 2014. It is such a different mindset and mentality, and it is a lot of fun trying to like apply skills that you have into other systems, and then watching people that actually know how to play those systems just absolutely fucking wreck you. Like that's also amusing in its own right. So
they can't be that hard. Zone's not that hard.
I plan to just sit back and let Redneck Tech do all the work for the Qzar portion of
that is very smart. Yeah. Just let Greg do Greg things. It's fine.
Yeah, good do your thing.
Get us a ringer.
Yeah, that's it. So Cody says Tron and Zone are not in queues. All the rest will be. Okay, well that so Cody, is it going to be the Tron in Buffalo, and then which zone? I'm just curious.
I know part of it we're supposed to go down to like northern Pennsylvania. I forget exactly where, but that's at least one of the events is trekking down there.
Okay.
Like I don't remember exactly. Cody gave me the broad strokes. So it's like, you can get the bus, or you can rent a car, you can go to the hotels, all that kind of.
Oh, okay. So Rochester for Zone, Ben Salem for Rochester for Tron, Ben Salem for Zone. So okay, so I had one of those two correct.
Yeah. So,
okay,
not too far, really.
Where's the famous Salem?
Massachusetts.
Oh yeah. Go Pats.
What a dick.
Although now I'm finding though your common thread for being a Ducks fan and a Patriots fan. You just like places that are near a town called Salem.
Is there a Salem In Oregon.
Yeah, Salem is the capital of Oregon. It's basically about an hour north of Eugene, which is where University of Oregon is.
Yeah, I think
It's about an hour. It's about an hour south of Portland and an hour north of Eugene.
Wait, so Portland's not the capital of Oregon? Huh.
No, it's just the largest city.
Didn't know the things you learned. This is a very informative podcast. We should listen more often.
Well, I can't help that you don't pay attention to the things that DK and I say 90% of the time. So that's a you issue at that point.
Just sitting here waiting for my turn to talk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, that sounds awesome. That sounds really cool. Sounds like it's gonna be like a busy and slightly hectic couple of weeks, but yeah, as you say, like what a cool way to kind of warm up for Nats is go and play Armageddon. It would be
my biggest fear is someone getting me sick, but that could be true of any Nats.
Yeah, it's not to say so I mean, I don't think there are any Kiwis coming, so so Kiwi AIDS is off the menu.
There is that, but there was another. It was the West Coast that we did in San Marcos. Crypt got me incredibly sick as well, and I 100% know that Crypt was patient zero for that because he was.
Why was he making out with you
that whole week? Nobody got like half the people at the competition sick. I remember just like driving up to Sacramento and like when I'm in the car, my throat is getting like progressively more and more sore. And I'm just like, God damn it.
I think one of the San Marcos players is coming out to New Zealand in a couple months.
Really?
Yeah, they got a message on.
Is it Ebo Mike?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Like he's definitely an older guy, more established professional. So I'm just thinking of like people who could plausibly like be making
afford to
trips,
go
because most of the laserforce community in the US is poor.
Yeah, they got a message on Discord like, hey, listen to the pod, first time caller. I was like, oh, thanks for being a fan. You want me to sign something? He's like, no. I was like, fine. No. They reached out and said, hey, look, I'm coming down. So, any recommendations and whatnot? Can we come and play with you guys? Oh, cool. That's right.
You're like, yes, you come play with us.
Yeah,
that's awesome. And here are some recommendations.
Yeah. Don't want to make promises, but Geddon should be streamed as well, since one of the Storm guys usually brings his computer streaming setup. That's cool. I would imagine that, like, at the very least, the stream, like, it'll be a good opportunity to kind of set some stuff up for the following week. No, I mean, you guys got that kind of sorted. Beans is on it. He's got it. Right, DK, did you want to talk about the thing that you were wanting to talk about, or?
Yes, I can address that very cryptic comment.
Yeah.
So one thing that came out of a discussion about exactly what the format of the random draw in Loveland is going to be, which is still not 100% confirmed and determined, and it's not my news to give, so I'm not dropping that. But there was kind of an interesting discussion about formats that I won't reveal anybody's public position on, but like whether you did like a full round robin followed by a double elim, whether we wanted to get more rounds in, but maybe do a shorter like single elim final. And then there was another idea that was floated to have essentially like a Swiss format element to the tournament, which I was familiar with, but I've never actually organized a laser tag event that way. And I'm now, after people started discussing it, I'm not 100% sure that I actually did understand exactly what the format was, because the idea, as I understand it, of a Swiss format is you're making pairings that are based off of relative strength, so that you're hoping that sort of higher ranked individuals, players, whatever, will be likely to be paired against each other. So there'll be fewer mismatches. Like it's used in different kinds of competitions and all that. But my kind of thing was like, well, since it's a random draw and the teams are going to ideally be evened out through the process of selection, like how do we actually kind of rank teams to do that kind of format? But I think I may have been misunderstanding. I was saying, well, no. What you do is you kind of randomly see the teams at first, but then the teams that are winning more often, they'll play each other more often. The teams that lose more often, they'll play each other more often, rather than like emphasizing you're going to play every team X amount of times. And I was like, okay, that is kind of an interesting idea. I'm not entirely sure that it's like, do we have enough teams for that format to work? Do we have enough time in the tournament for those kinds of things to bear out? Because it's like, especially if you're only doing a 3-day event and we're going to have probably 6 teams there, like it's hard to get in that much play, because a round is going to take, that's 30 games. Like that's a serious time investment to make. So I just thought I would like raise that for the general community to be like, if other people had sort of thoughts, not necessarily for this event, but like what an event like that would look like in terms of how you try to align different substances. Because I think we have kind of just been locked into this idea of, well, we have a round robin. You're going to attempt to play every other team, and ideally every team plays every other team the same number of times.
Yeah.
And then you use that to seed for finals. Like that has become really a standard operating procedure.
Yeah, default standard
for laserforce. And it's like, it's not necessarily officially codified in the rules, but it is like, it's heavily implied by the way that the floor handbook for SM5 is written, and like that's the way we've always done it. But like there is merit to talking about other formats. So I just thought it was something interesting that came out of Captain's Chat, but I'm also like not gonna really go into exactly what the arguments for or against it were, because that was a private conversation.
Right. So this is actually something that I'm getting a lot more familiar with, because we use it in pinball tournaments a lot.
Right.
But kind of the difference there is like, one, it's easier on an individual basis as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And kind of the secondary thing with that is that as it relates to pinball is over time, because of how everything is tracked, like you get a really good data set for what somebody's relative ratings are, and those are like constantly in motion.
It's like an ELO rating, essentially, right?
Basically. Trying to do that with essentially a random team, or in this case, 6 random teams. I mean, yeah, you can do it. I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze at that point.
Especially
because it is any complexity that you add to a tournament adds administrative overhead, and some administrative overhead. I mean, there's a certain amount of administrative overhead that is perfectly fine, perfectly acceptable, has to happen, because you can't have no administrative overhead, because then nothing gets done. But the more things that you add, the greater that tech debt of administrative overhead becomes. And I'm not sure for a random team event like this, I'm not sure that the administrative overhead becomes worth it, just as a generalized statement.
I think also given like, because is it random draw positions as well?
It'll be random draw positions of some kind. Really, the only question is whether it's going to be full random draw where both teams draw a random set of positions, or if it's going to be, we're going to draw one set of positions
and the other team match
based on whatever their particular tier is.
But
I've gone on record many times as saying, like, I kind of favor that format, because there has been some interesting discussion about what the virtues in a random draw are of like trying to create quote unquote like balance within the game versus, well, part of the appeal of a random draw is random.
Yeah.
Like that. Do you like that element? If you like that element, then play random draw. If you don't like that element, well, maybe you don't like playing random draw. So, which is like, that's fine. That is,
but it's kind of a midpoint. Like you get kind of like some good parts of both styles. Like you get like the random element, but you also get more balanced games. I think.
I mean, like, that is my feeling, but I do want to acknowledge that there is another side to that argument. Yeah.
But like, if you look at it at like the Swiss format, like adding that next level of complexity, because it's not just is that team of 6 better than that team of 6? Maybe, but that player is is a better heavy but a worse commander than that player, and like that kind of, I think it's hard to get parity that way, right? Which is kind of the point, like of doing a Swiss format tournament, is you want parity in the teams, and you don't really get that if you're doing random positions. If
Well, I guess that would be the thinking, though, is that if you're trying to create teams that are of relatively comparable strength by dividing people into tiers and trying to accurately kind of measure out each team so that they're roughly even, and then you're going to match them in particular positions, that theoretically, right, you should be getting some data on which teams are performing better as you go through the event.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's, are you going to get sufficient data for that really to bear out over time? Because like I think about, like, what if we had run the 2025 Nats like that? Like, presumably, right, that would mean that like our two teams would have probably played each other more often. We would have played the US team more often. The Brisbane teams would have played against each other a lot, and then like the Olympus team and the Loveland team would have played each other more often. So it's like I guess there's an argument for that, but
that would be less ideal outcome, because like the Brisbane teams are like, we play each other every fucking week, like we don't want to play each other.
Right. That which is the, I guess, the downside of that. But there has been conversations like in the past, like I can't remember who I was talking to about it. It might have been Kodama, might have been Odin's Fist. I feel like it's people I talk to on a regular basis about what would it look like to have something like an ELO rating for individual laserforce players, because we've talked about that in relation to, okay, when we have these events and we're trying to rank players, like it's still ultimately based off of the opinions of some subset of players who you hope are good judges of talent, and they may have some disagreements, but right between them we come up with some kind of consensus ranking for players. But it is ultimately a subjective criteria that people are judging off. You want them to be informed opinions, but they're still opinions. Like, is there like an actual way we could come up with hard data for like how we're going to be ranking players? Because it's like every time we kind of get close to cracking it, we're like, yeah, but not really, because like MVP systems are about the closest that we've come, but we've already talked about what the limitations of the MVP system are endlessly on this podcast. So we don't have to rehash between people who think that it's great and the people who think that it's utterly useless, blah 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 blah. But yeah, you can go back and watch those other episodes.
Tell us how you really feel. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just hard. It's hard to get parity when there's a random element to to the tournament. Like, because that's the whole point of a random tournament, right? Is whatever outcome is going to happen is up to fate. It's up to the gods.
Cup of destiny and sadness.
Indeed.
That's a different cup.
Yep. I'm not trying to be weird. Just the light is bothering me, and it's all one thing.
It's the Butler cup. I know.
Oh God, that's so dark. You can't see it off.
Wow.
What do you think was gonna happen?
So early.
I'm gonna dim the light a smidge off.
I realized how dark it got while we were talking. Okay, the screen's too bright. That's actually worse. So hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna have to put up with it today because it's fine. We're almost done.
We're almost done. You can go back and switch the light off shortly.
That was hilarious. Thanks for that.
Actually, it was pretty funny. It was not that dark when the show started. Let me tell you.
He's a history professor, not a scientist.
A bleeding light technician.
But either way, it sounds like it's going to be a good time. And it's cool. Like, I think it's really cool and important to have these conversations where, like, hey, let's try new things at these events, because we've talked about it in the past. That's kind of what these events are for, to try new things.
And honestly, like, I do like the idea of one team picks the positions and the other team matches tier wise, because while inherent randomness is kind of amusing, sometimes some of the matchups that come out of it are funny. but there is also an element that sometimes those matchups are just not fun
Yeah.
for anybody.
Yeah.
And
it seems to happen almost
yeah.
every event. There's like one team that usually seems to like just get the short end of the stick when it comes
Shit
to draws.
rolls.
Like they
They
just
just
they just
they-
get unlucky, and
they just get the shit rolls.
That was my team in the last event, but other times you get again. That is part of the element of randomness, and
Yeah.
that part is whatever. Sometimes you kind of have to laugh it off, but it can be frustrating. It can be frustrating for some players. That it's like we've just gotten stomped the last 5 games, and we haven't had any chance because it happened that our ENF players threw 3 hits against the A and B 3 hits on the other team. Like,
yeah,
that's not interesting. Like, it's just going to be a stomp. Like,
Yeah.
it's just going to happen. Every now and again, you might end up with, especially in like kind of mid tiers, it's like, oh, well, this team has a B tier heavy, but these guys have, their C and D tier players at 3 hits. Let's see how they work together, that kind of thing. But sometimes it's just a stomp, and there's nothing you can do. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I do think that there's something to be said for trying to create some balance, because really that kind of tournament is the only time where you can kind of really plan on parity between teams, because we all know at a Nats, like, parity between teams isn't a
Doesn't
thing.
matter.
no,
And it's
Not
and
allowed.
it's
Doesn't
not
matter.
it's not meant to be. It's meant to be like, who is the best,
Yeah.
and
It's
Here's
pure
the
those
thing.
games are going to
competition.
be inherently unfair. That's part of it. You don't like it, get better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas this, yeah, and I feel like this is like one thing that like we haven't done at
This
a random draw
format.
yet. In terms of one team pick, and then the other team even tiers it
Oh,
across.
right.
Like
I don't know if we've done it for a full
I-
tournament. Like, we have used that format at least
I
in
mean,
a limited capacity. Like,
I mean,
that was
we used to
what
do
we
it
did.
on we used to do it on members nights all.
Say, yeah, we did it
that's
here
how
too.
I suggested the whole thing to begin with. Is
All the
essentially why that
time,
came
so.
in, because that's what we did the last day of the event that we did in Syracuse was October, I guess,
Yep.
that we had that, where it was like, it wasn't really a tournament, but we were kind of
Right.
keeping teams consistent between
Yeah.
days. So we did that on the last day, where we tried to match people across tiers. And at least from my point of view, it was better because, like I said, up to that point, we had just been getting shit on because we were unlucky. But I feel like there were enough people that were like, oh yeah, that was pretty enjoyable doing it that way, rather
Yeah.
than just having it be completely random. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It really, it's a matter of a point of view. And again, that is an inherently subjective opinion. I can't say one is inherently better, but I can argue for the merits of the one that I like more.
That's my preferred method of play. Is
Mhm.
is you have a team that randomly chooses their positions, and then the other team will match. I think that's good. That makes for better quality games, I think.
Well, it's what the matchmaker tries to do, right? Like, we all
that's
know
right.
that the matchmaker occasionally, sometimes more than occasionally, kind of shits the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
But at least that is the thinking behind it, is trying to create teams that are of roughly even strength, that are going to have a relatively even, enjoyable game against one another. So
And Tucker's comment in chat, and it can really demotivate newer players to keep pulling brutal matchups. 100%. Like, I mean, there is something to a newer player getting a brutal matchup every so often as a, okay, like, here is the level.
yeah.
But yeah, if you're getting that consistently, especially in an event that is supposed to be a little more fun and a little more balanced, like maybe not balanced, but definitely a little more fun, like getting consistent brutal mismatches in an event that is supposed to be fun is not fun, and it's not fun for the better player either.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for all that it is occasionally amusing to just stomp the shit out of another team, and I think every single one of us can say we've had that moment where it felt really fucking good to do that on a mismatch. Like, ultimately, it's not that fun or satisfying.
No,
Yeah.
because when you think about it, as the better player, you're in a lose-lose situation. If you win, everybody's like, well, yeah, you're supposed to win. Like, you're so much better than that player. If you lose, you're potentially going to be ridiculed that much harder because
Yeah.
it's like, oh my God, I can't believe you lost that. Like, obviously, you're not as good as everybody says you are.
Yeah.
That
Well,
is
yeah,
one way to
like, there's-
approach it. You
yeah.
might want to just big up the other person
Mhm.
instead. I think that's more what it is yeah, you heap praise onto the other person, which by default makes the better player feel like shit.
Of course, yeah. I'm not saying you necessarily like approach it that way particularly, but like we all know that it's like if someone is ranked in, let's say, B tier and they're matching a player who's in F tier on the other side, like you're expected to win. Like if you don't, like as the B tier player, you should feel a little bad. Like, okay, I did something to let my team down. But that's the other thing too, is I think in that kind of format, right, there is definitely a fear. I know that I deal with it when you're in kind of a crucial position. You don't want to let the team down.
Yeah.
If you're a better player, like you feel like you have that pressure that it's like, okay, well, I'm expected to shoulder a heavier burden for this team, so I need to live up to my end of the bargain. But I know that players who are lower ranked, they also feel that, and they can really feel like shit if they draw like a 3-hit position. They feel like they didn't do a good job, like they didn't do their job for the team.
Yeah.
Now, speaking for myself, like I don't try to hold players who I know have less experience or just like aren't as good to the same standard as I would hold myself. But nonetheless, right, you can still feel that pressure, and that is something that you like want to be mindful of. Like don't come down too hard on the lower ranked players because like they know that they're the lower ranked players. You don't need to rub it in by them getting smashed all the time.
Yeah. And then, cop shit for it. Like, that's pouring salt.
That's the
onto
worst
wound.
case scenario. Yeah.
100%,
Is if someone does try to hold lower ranked players to a super high standard. Like that's the kind of thing that makes somebody really not want to come back.
Well, that's when we as veterans take those players to task for doing that.
Yes.
Like there's no room for you should know better. Cut that shit out. Yeah.
We should. And I think it has gotten better in recent years. Like I will maintain that the community is not perfect, but I think it's much better and it's a much more kind of like positive, nurturing place for newer players than it was, say, 10 years ago.
Right.
Just to throw out a number.
Thanks, Traj.
Certainly more than 25 years ago. Let me tell you, Sacramento Laserpack was cutthroat back in the day.
If I have a player go too hard in a bad matchup, they suddenly get to play versus Josiah next. Right.
Weird. Tucker, that's so strange how when somebody is a fucking dickbag, that suddenly they end up matched up against Josiah. That's weird, bro. Like I don't know. That's weird.
I don't mind people playing hard at members night. Like I think self handicapping there's pros and cons to doing it, but I don't think people should get punished for playing well. I think they should get punished for being a douchebag for sure.
Right. Yeah. It's the behavioral element.
That's right.
The attitude element. It's not the
and
being a try-hard element.
Yeah.
Because I very much agree. I think that you should be putting forth maximum effort on members night because that's how you get better. It's when you don't do those things, when you start getting lazy on members nights, those are the things that start stacking up when you get to tournaments, and that's how people end up frustrated. It's like because you let yourself get dulled over time by not approaching the game with the seriousness you needed to. Like if it's a late night lunacy or whatever, that's fine. You don't want to drive away the general public, but like members nights is set aside for it's like this is the night to actually go hard. And we had to have that conversation with some Sacramento players back in the day that it's just like, oh, well, it seems like everybody is like going like too hard. They're getting too aggro about this. And at a certain point, it's like, well, that's what this night is for.
Yeah.
If you don't want to participate in that, that's fine. Like no one's making you say that. But if you want to come play a members night, like you have to be willing to play hard.
Yeah. I might do a thing like if I'm up against the newish heavy, I might run in and do a sweeping attack and then let them get reestablished so that I can run in and do another attack. I think that's a little different. Or, like what taking a page out of Rusty's book and, I'll hold my nukes and I won't drop my nukes so that they don't get, they actually get a chance to play the majority of their game. Like, I think that's a little different than just kind of walking or not trying or whatever. But like people watch how you play. They learn how to communicate from what you do. like all that stuff's super important. So you playing well isn't just I do it for me. It has benefits to everyone else around. It can have drawbacks, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Although there's no perfect way to do that, because if you hold your nukes and then you do a 5-chain, people will accuse you of showing off. So
I don't care
there's
about
just
that.
no win. There's just no winning in that scenario.
And then I mean, Tucker's comment about player going too hard. Like I was more interpreting that around like doing that along with the shitty attitude. Like if you're play hard because you should be playing hard, because yes, if you're playing hard and you're being a douchebag about it, like then
Again,
you will
take them to task. Take those people to task. Like, yeah,
You should.
play good. Be proud of being a good player. Don't be a dickbag.
Words to live by.
Don't be a dickbag. Yeah.
Don't be a dickbag. Yeah.
I've just remembered that we got told about an update that happened at Laserforce, which really fucking bummed me out. But perhaps we'll save that for a different time.
Let's save that for a different time. That's fine.
Yeah. What about playing smart and/or with honor? Yeah, do that. Play with honor. Do your ancestors proud.
Well, that was part of the members' code of conduct at Sacramento.
Really?
You can ask Autumn and Aiden. They still have the rules board in the.
Wait, I think I saw somebody shared that news article, and it was was it Lucky doing the meeting for the public, making them recite?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that's funny.
Yeah, sounds right.
Lucky, or maybe it was Lejeune. One of the two.
Oh,
I mean, they were definitely both up there in terms of the theatrical element of the briefings that they would give. They tried to have a good time with it.
Yeah.
I would try to have a good time with it at the start of a Saturday, but by 4 p.m. when I got in the 20th birthday party, I was just so tired.
No.
It was like, just go in and play.
You guys read the sign, right?
Yeah. You know how it works. You put on the vest, you pull the trigger, you shoot people. So, I don't have to explain this to you.
You would try to make Than mad during briefing. Be like,
He would too.
Look at that guy. Look at his vein.
No,
it didn't take much effort in those days.
That's also true. But yeah, no, I definitely remember the Jesuit laser tag club coming in and playing, and all y'all motherfuckers used to like to try to piss me off. So
what's a
Are
Jesuit?
you even a real laser tag player if you haven't been kicked out of a briefing by Than at least once?
Not a Sacramento player. That's 100%. That's 100% accurate. Yeah, I'm actually trying to think of the regular members from when I did work there. I'm trying to think how many of them I didn't kick out at some point. I'm pretty sure at some point, pretty much everybody got told to fuck right the fuck off while I was trying to work. And yes, I know everybody is fucking shocked to hear that. I know that, how could I be so, easily irritated? And again, I say, have you met me?
That guy's got problems.
Oh, 100%.
Yes, we should throw popcorn at him. All right. Is there anything else we kind of want to discuss? Is there? I think we've kind of said all we need to say about that. Don't be a douchebag.
Yeah. I think
we can come back to it at a later time.
The theme of the show. All right. Like we said, no show next weekend as Than is gracing New Zealand with his presence, and to celebrate, we won't be hanging out with him. We'll be playing disc golf. So we got disc golf on next week. We should be on the following, and perhaps we'll talk about this new update, which I can't believe I forgot about because it.
It's fine. We'll talk about it. No, this is okay because then this gives me a chance to experience it, and so we can actually
we don't have it.
Show.
I don't think they were just telling me about it, but it feels very much like a corporate meddling kind of situation.
Whatever, we can discuss it while I'm there, and then on the show back we can do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll get back to overthrowing capitalism next time we get together.
We'll turn the lights off, so to speak. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us today. First show of 2026. Hopefully we'll have at least 4 more this year. It'll be nice.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we go. Yeah, it's nice to be back on a mic with you both. It felt odd in the last couple of weeks. I've been itching to get back into it. So appreciate you guys coming to hang out. But your quarterly double tap for this week, though, for your quarterly double tap, I have been Guy Next Door.
I've been DK in the dark.
And I've been Van.
Always remember that it all feels the same in the dark. We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Go get down.